Finally, it's a lesson some of us have learned the hard way as we get older. If you don't know how something works, ask someone younger. Our Kristen Dahlgren takes us to a car dealership offering a unique spin on driver's ed.
A car crossing 100,000 miles doesn't look dangerous. It still starts. It still drives fine. Nothing feels wrong. But behind the scenes, something critical has just happened. The protection is gone, and the most expensive phase of that car's life is about to begin. Because for many vehicles, 100,000 miles isn't the end of the car. It's the moment when the repair bills finally start showing up. Most drivers think mileage kills a car. That's not actually what happens. And what really changes everything is the moment the warranty disappears. For the first years of a car's life, if something expensive breaks, the manufacturer pays for it. The risk belongs to them, but once the warranty ends, the entire risk transfers to you. And here's the part many buyers never see coming. Around 100,000 miles, multiple major components in modern cars begin aging at the same time. Cooling systems, suspension parts, sensors, electronics, sometimes even the transmission. Individually, these problems aren't catastrophic, but together, they turn what felt like a reliable car into something far more expensive to keep on the road. And that's why so many vehicles quietly get sold right before or right after the 100,000 mile mark. Because what happens after that mileage is the part of car ownership most people never plan for. How warranties are designed. Most new vehicles come with a basic warranty lasting 3 to 5 years, or about 36,000 to 60,000 miles. The powertrain, the engine, transmission, and drivetrain, is usually covered longer, often 5 years or up to 100,000 miles, depending on the manufacturer. At first glance, these numbers seem generous, but they're not random. Automakers collect enormous amounts of reliability data from millions of vehicles worldwide. Using that data, they can predict when most components are statistically likely to fail. The warranty window is carefully placed before the major failure curve begins rising. In reliability engineering, this pattern is known as the bathtub curve. Early failures happen shortly after production, then a long, stable period follows where problems are rare. Toward the end of the component's life, the failure rate begins increasing again. Manufacturers design warranties to cover the early defects and the stable middle phase, but usually not the aging phase where expensive problems become more common. That's why many critical components, cooling systems, electronic modules, turbochargers, and transmission parts, often begin failing after the warranty window closes, leaving the repair cost entirely on the owner. The moment the warranty disappears, the day your warranty expires, the financial rules of car ownership change instantly. Before that moment, a failed sensor, leaking water pump, or faulty electronic module might cost you nothing. The manufacturer absorbs the repair bill. After the warranty ends, every failure becomes your responsibility. And modern cars contain far more expensive components than most drivers will realize. A single oxygen sensor can cost $250 to $600 installed. A high-pressure fuel pump in direct injection engines can reach $1,000 to $2,000. A failed infotainment or control module can exceed $1,500. Even something relatively small, like an electric water pump, can cost $700 to $1,200 to replace. These numbers add up quickly because modern vehicles contain dozens of electronic sensors and control units working together. During the warranty period, these failures often feel invisible because the owner rarely sees the bill. But once coverage ends, the same issues suddenly become financial shocks. That's why many drivers feel like their car became unreliable after the warranty expired. In reality, the problems were always possible. The warranty simply hid the true cost of those failures. Why 100,000 miles is a turning point. The 100,000 mile mark is where many vehicles enter a different phase of their mechanical life. Not because one catastrophic failure suddenly appears, but because multiple systems begin aging at the same time. By this mileage, several wear components are approaching the end of their expected service life. Spark plugs in many engines are rated for 80,000 to 100,000 miles. Shock absorbers often lose effectiveness after 70,000 to 100,000 miles. Water pumps, thermostats, and cooling hoses frequently begin failing somewhere between 90,000 and 120,000 miles. Fuel system parts also start showing wear. Direct injection engines can develop carbon buildup on intake valves, and fuel injectors may begin losing efficiency after long-term use. Electronic sensors add another layer of risk. Modern vehicles contain 50 to 100 sensors and control modules, and as the car ages, failures become more likely. Individually, these repairs may cost $200 to $1,000 each, but when several begin appearing within a short period, ownership costs rise quickly. That's why 100,000 miles often feels like a turning point. The car still works, but the maintenance and repair cycle starts becoming more frequent and more expensive. The technology problem in modern cars. Modern cars are far more advanced than vehicles from 20 years ago. Today's engines rely on technologies like turbocharging, direct fuel injection, electronic throttle control, and computer-managed transmissions. These systems dramatically improve power, fuel economy, and emissions performance. But they also make vehicles far more complex. A typical modern car now contains 70 to more than 100 electronic control modules and sensors managing everything from fuel delivery to transmission behavior and driver assist systems. Each one adds efficiency, but also adds another potential failure point as the vehicle ages. Turbochargers, for example, operate at speeds exceeding 150,000 revolutions per minute and temperatures above 900 degrees Celsius. When they fail, replacement can cost $1,500 to $3,000 depending on the model. Direct injection systems require high-pressure fuel pumps that can exceed 2,000 pounds per square inch, and those pumps alone may cost over $1,000 to replace. Even transmissions have become more complicated, with 8, 9, or 10-speed automatics and CVTs relying heavily on software and sensors. All of this technology makes modern cars faster, cleaner, and more efficient. But as mileage climbs, it also means more complex systems that can eventually become expensive to repair. The 100,000-mile maintenance wall. Even if your car never experiences a major failure, the 100,000-mile mark often triggers one of the most expensive maintenance phases in the vehicle's life. Many critical service intervals are scheduled around this mileage. Spark plugs in modern engines typically last 80,000 to 100,000 miles, and replacing them can cost $300 to $800 depending on engine design. Vehicles with timing belts often require replacement between 90,000 and 110,000 miles, a service that can reach $900 to $1,800. Suspension components also begin wearing out around this point. Shocks and struts commonly lose performance after 70,000 to 100,000 miles, and replacing a full set can cost $800 to $1,500. Fluids add another layer of expense. Transmission fluid service, coolant replacement, brake fluid changes, and differential service can collectively add $400 to $1,200 depending on the vehicle. None of these services mean the car is failing. They're simply part of the long-term maintenance cycle that begins once a vehicle reaches higher mileage. But when several of these services arrive within a short period, owners suddenly face maintenance bills that can exceed $2,000 to $4,000, making the 100,000-mile milestone feel like a financial wall. Why so many cars get sold? Around 100,000 miles. Take a quick look at the used car listings, and a pattern appears immediately. A huge number of vehicles are advertised between 90,000 and 110,000 miles. That range isn't a coincidence. It sits right before the expensive phase of ownership begins. Many original owners reach this mileage at about 6 to 8 years of use, which is also when warranties have long expired and major maintenance items are approaching. Dealers know this pattern well. Cars traded in and around 100,000 miles are often cleaned up, detailed, and sold to the next buyer who sees a price that feels affordable. From the seller's perspective, the timing makes financial sense. Instead of paying for upcoming services like timing components, suspension work, cooling system repairs, or transmission maintenance. They trade the vehicle in, while it still drives well and holds reasonable resale value. For the next buyer, however, the situation is different. A car purchased at 95,000 or 100,000 miles may look reliable during the test drive. But statistically, it's entering the stage where multiple wear components begin reaching the end of their service life. That's why so many vehicles change hands right around this mileage. A car crossing 100,000 miles doesn't mean the vehicle is finished. Many cars today can run 200,000 miles or more with proper care. But what changes at this point is the financial reality of ownership. The warranty protection is gone. Major components are entering the later stages of their lifespan, and maintenance starts arriving more frequently, sometimes several services within the same year. The car may still drive perfectly fine, but the cost of keeping it reliable becomes much more visible after this mileage. That's why understanding the 100,000 mile turning point is so important for buyers and owners alike. If you found this breakdown helpful and want more insights about car ownership costs, dealer tricks, and hidden automotive traps, make sure you like the video, subscribe to Bidding for Autos, and share it with someone planning to buy a car. Because the smartest car buyers aren't the ones who buy the cheapest cars, they're the ones who understand the real costs hiding behind them.